Hello, you're tuned into Interview Project. Today, we're meeting Richard. Richard is a well-known gun expert. Enjoy the interview.
My name's Richard Height. I'm 65. I live in Holdridge, Nebraska. Well, I never met my father until I was 18 years old. He left my mother and myself when I was about 6 months old. I was born in '43. He was in the military, came home on leave, married my mother, went back to the military. I was born in the meantime. He came back, decided he didn't want a family, and left. I had a stepfather who was an evil man, and I had a very badly abused childhood. I left home when I was about 14 the first time and lived on my own. I went to Wichita, Kansas by myself. I rented a one-room apartment and went to school, went to high school in the daytime. I washed manure out of cattle trucks at night for money, and I swept the halls and washed the windows in this apartment building for my room. And I did that until I just about died. I wasn't making enough money to eat, and I would go to school smelling like manure, and I tried, but it didn't work very good. So I ended up finishing my high school with a GED. I would describe myself as a Christian man, a very fortunate individual. Pretty happy most of the time, like people. When I was 8 years old, I made a promise to myself that when I became an adult, I would never treat my children, if I had them, the way I'd been treated. I made a decision one day that if I lived to grow up and had kids of my own, I would never treat them the way that I was treated. And so when I had kids, anytime they did something wrong, anytime I got angry at them, I'd send them to their room for an hour so I could cool down before I made any punishment. And they'll tell you that the hour in the bedroom was much worse, worrying about what was going to happen than what happened. I never spanked my children. After the hour in the bedroom, usually a scolding, and that was pretty much it. So I learned something from the abuse that I had growing up. I treated my children completely different than what my environment was. So I'd like to be remembered as a good person. Saw a tombstone one time that said, "See, I told you I was sick." I think that's what they ought to put on mine.